Happy Friday the 13th. I guess, Rosita, you're the only one brave enough to practice with me on Friday the 13th. Although I think we might see Tara. She just got her second vaccination, and she might need this to loosen up a little bit. She's a little sore. Let's begin today with our knocking. So feet a butt shoulder width apart, knees nice and loose. Begin to turn the upper torso side to side, just letting the arms swing free. I'm finding that I need another elements practice today. Kind of got the week back on track yesterday, so we'll mix the animals and elements today, taking them in seasonal order for the northern hemisphere, given that we have yet another day in the 90s coming here. And our first soccer game of the season. A little one plays this afternoon. Take the hands into loose fists and begin knocking on the lower belly and lower back. We'll catch 4 of the traditional animals today, but we'll substitute the dragon for the crane. There's Tara. Here, we'll get you lots of arms and shoulders today, Tara. All right, let's take the front hand up the body into the shoulder area, knocking into that little hollow space between the shoulder and the chest. Oop. Keep thinking the kitty's going to run through, but just eyeballing me for now. All right, let's come back down to the belly. And let's float the hands off the body, making that turn a little bit bigger. And then let's slow it down, begin to deepen out the breathing, shrink the movement down, working our way back to Wuji. And then let's connect to the breath. Spinal cord breathing. Breathing in, spread the elbows apart, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then fold it all back in and round the back as I exhale. And let's take the last few with a little turn at the top. Lots of twisting and turning today. And the last one. relax back into Wuji. We begin with the monkey, the element of fire. Monkey steals the fruit. So at the bottom, loose fists, drag them up along the body, come up onto the balls of your feet, and then turn and look over a shoulder. Bringing it back to center, and then releasing. And let's add the breath. Breathing in, monkey steals the fruit, looks out over his shoulder as we breathe out, see if he's been caught. Take a breath in, bringing it back to center, and breathing out, we release. One more. And then on to the element. Hands float up and then fold in, pinkies coming together as we bring the hands toward the face. Spiral the hands, press them back out, and then part the clouds. Hands turn over, fold in, spiral, press out, and part the clouds. Adding the breath, breathing in and breathing out. One more time. And then release back down to Wuji. And between each one of the elements, we'll sync the Qi. Rise, gather in, flatten the palms, press down. Moving on to earth. The bear turns. Hands come up. Loose fists into cactus arms. Take a breath in. And then on the exhale, turn to one side. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling to the other side. Inhaling to center. Exhaling as we turn. Keeping the feet firmly rooted. It's one of about 20 bear movements out of the Kung Fu tradition. One more to each side. Coming back to center and then releasing down to Wuji. Follow me with this, through this one. Now this one's new. So hands float out to the side. Elbows in, hands float across. And then elbows flare out, thumb and forefingers turn toward each other as we rise overhead, turning across center all the way to the other side. Elbows come back in, hands come down, holding a chi ball. Carry that across. Flatten the hands. We go to the other side. Hands float across, palms down. When we get to the side, flare the elbows out as the arms begin to rise. Carry that pose all the way to the other side. As the hands come back down, elbows come in, palms turn toward each other to hold a chi ball. Carry it across. Flatten the palms. Cross center. Elbows out, thumb and forefingers pointing at each other. Hands rise. Carry across. Hands begin to fall, elbows tuck in, palms turn toward each other. Grab that chi ball, carry it across. Flatten the palms. Just breathing deeply and naturally through this sequence. Last time. Hands come across flat. Elbows out. Hands rise. Carry your chi ball, stopping at center. Flatten the palms, relax to Wuji. And we sink the chi. Moving on to metal. Toe heel out just a little bit wider. Hands float up in front, forming loose fists. This is one we know from the 12 Rivers. Dragon clears a path. Turn to one side. Press a fist out. Draw a big circle behind you. And then a big arc in front. Turning the foot back in, and then returning that fist to the ribs. Other side. We'll go one more each side. And then toe heel back in. Let the hands relax and then come up, up, up. Back to cactus arms. Close the fists. Take a breath in. And then on the breath out, close the elbows together, round the back. Opening and closing the gate. Breathing in. Open the gate. Breathing out, bring the elbows together, round the back, close the gate. One more time. Open the gate and close the gate. And release everything as we rise out of that back to Wuji. And we sink the chi. Moving on to water. We start with the deer and we sway from side to side. We're going to need our antler hands for this one. So, hands into the mudra on one side, plant the heel, turn, look out over the shoulder, pivoting on that heel. Breathing in, everything sweeps around, goes to the other side. The deer turns to show the antlers. Once more to each side. And then coming back over to the top, relaxing down. Take one hand, put it behind your back. The other hand comes out to the side, palm up. Breathing in. Turn the hand forward, paint across the sky. Breathing out, sweeping down, skimming the water. Spiral the hand, breathe in, paint the sky. Breathe out, skim the water. One more on this side. And then let's swap hands. One more time. And then just paint across, release both hands, back to Wuji. Sinking the chi one last time before finishing with the wood element. Toe heel out a little wider, not quite the horse stance, but wider than hips width. Hands float up in front like we're holding a ball, spin that ball, and we're going to lunge toward the bottom hand as we let the palms separate from each other. Breathing in, hands change places. Breathing out, split the palms across from one another, lunge toward that backhand. Backhand comes to the top. Taming the tiger. take one more on each side. And then spin the ball. The hands float down as we toe heel back into a neutral stance. The hands float all the way up overhead, palms facing each other. And we sway like a tree. Just breathing naturally through this. We'll go from here into the standing post to finish. Couple more times all the way side to side. And then coming to rest in the middle. And then letting the arms float on down, turning the fingertips toward one another. Stopping at the heart level, drop the elbows, soften the shoulders. Sit back on your tall stool. Close your eyes. And we'll spend about 10 breaths here before closing it up today. Let's take one more deep breath in the standing post. And as you exhale, relax your body back to vertical. Let your hands float down, finishing hand over the lower dantian. Couple more deep breaths, returning everything to the center. One more deep breath. And as you release that breath, release the hands. Let the eyes come back open. Give everything a little shake. And thanks for joining me on this Friday the 13th. Have a wonderful weekend.